What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. And today's track, the reason I'm not going over and looking at it just yet, I want to do a little intro first, is this track is called Diorama Raceway. However, it's a replica of a track that I had already seen before but doesn't exist in real life to my knowledge. So this is based off of a Instagram creator called Martin Palm, who creates very, very cool dioramas. And not to brag or anything, my little claim to fame here is he does follow me on the gram prior to any of this MX bike stuff being made. There was a period of my life a couple of years ago when I would generally go out of my way on YouTube to watch diorama created videos. I go through weird stages like that, whether it's watching a bit of Bob Ross, watching general art restoration videos to fall asleep to, and yeah, I went through a diorama period. Right now I'm in a Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul facts you didn't know about in every episode period. So we go through stuff like that. But this track is created by King MX, and let's have a look at it. It looks pretty damn cool, let's be honest. So I'm going to throw some screenshots up on screen right now for you to see the base material this track was made from. Hopefully Martin doesn't mind me using some of Instagram stuff, but it is very, very cool. It's a very, very talented man, and on the flip side, so is King for getting a Supercross track over to us. And I know we're kind of coming round to GP / outdoor season now, but the Supercross season is still in full swing. Now, I'm not using this as any sort of try-hard practice, because if I can locate where my bike spawns on this track, I can't, but you'll see what it is in. Oh, there it is. This is not a 450. We are riding a 350 today, which is something that I've been messing around with a little bit. And in a weird way, it's actually quite a good bike. Like, it doesn't feel that much less powerful than the 450s. And obviously the handling's really, really good as well. So we're going to try that out. We're going to do a handful of laps around here. And without further ado, I hope you enjoy. Weirdly enough, the picture that I was going to throw up on screen, I don't know if I have ready or not, is right in front of us as we spawn. So this was the motivation right here for this track's creation. And that is, like, how realistic does that look, by the way? Like, it's so impressive. And Martin doesn't only do motocross stuff, he has a few car-related things in there as well. We done one little set of a scene from Cars with Mater and Lightning just riding around within... I don't actually know the location, sorry. It's been a hot minute since I've kept up to date on my Cars, the film lore. But it looks very, very cool. Really, really cool. I absolutely love it. And there was... Does anyone... I know it's slightly different to what we're talking about here, but there was a period of time in my Instagram... I think it was Instagram, not TikTok, Reels feed. I was getting, like, monster truck videos, but it was all... It was like remote control monster trucks, really down to scale. But what they've done is they'd added in the proper sounds and made small replica versions of the objects that they would ride over or drive over in real life. And it looked so convincing, like it was unreal. It took me a good amount of time to realise, hang on, this isn't real stuff that we're watching here. This is all downscaled. So yeah, very, very, very talented people in this world. And if you haven't seen any of Martin's other stuff up till now, then go and give him a look. I'll link his Instagram down below also. So thank you, King, for bringing something actually very cool, and it's very niche as well, isn't it? You don't really get much motocross related diorama stuff, so it's very cool to see. Thank you for giving it the love and the attention it deserves, and hopefully it translates well over into game also, and hopefully the 350 can do a good job, because some of these jumps and rhythms so far looks like if you was on a 4 there would be some big boy lines, but we'll see. Like, oh, there, quadding into there would be a lot easier. Let's get up and over this. I'm struggling to see a little bit at the moment, I'll be honest. It's currently 11 AM for me, so the sun is in its prime position to shine its way through the windows in front of me into my eyes. So I can barely see the screen right now, which is no bueno. I need to, again, I said this last time I mentioned this, I need to get some blackout curtains so I can hide in my little hobbit hole, hide in my 4 walls all day round and have prime gaming vision constantly. Probably the way to go. So I used ChatGPT last night for the very first time ever, just sitting there using it with the boys. And at first I was just wanted to see its limits. So I said, design me a simple graphic set for the Stark Vogue using colours like, you know, grey, gold, black, white, etc. And obviously it didn't quite generate what you would have wanted. But then we just done the usual thing of, like, make it angrier, make it demonic, blah, blah, and it actually came out with some hella cold pictures. But then after that, Charlie wrote into there about create me a workout plan for motocross, and it's actually done a really, really solid, like, I think it was it was either 5 or 6 days worth of stuff, but it included riding in there. Now, for you folks that are out in the US, it's probably much more accessible to go riding at least twice a week. But I mean, for us boys, not quite so much. So then I asked it again, create me a 5-day motocross workout, I guess, schedule without riding the bike. And it did just that. So I've got 5 days now of all different stuff. Like one day is working on endurance, one day is working on the core, one day is like grip strength and overall balance with the body. And then there's another day for building strength and stuff. And it's actually really, really interesting. So I'm going to actually try and follow that for a while now. Because any time I've ever been in the gym in the past, regardless of what my end goals were, I would always just do the same stuff. Some variation of a push-pull leg split. So very, very different now, and I'm intrigued to see how it goes. And I know that it's already working, because my first day, it involved some deadlift stuff, as well as... It was meant to be the battle ropes, but I changed it to kettlebell swings, because my gym doesn't have battle ropes, unfortunately. And my traps, so like the top of my back and my traps and shoulders, were very, very tender. Let's just put it that way. Very, very sore. So I know that it's targeting some stuff that I don't usually use, which is lovely. Then it also forced me to get my ass on the rower as well. I usually try and steer clear from the rower because of how quickly it gasses me out. But yeah, done that for a little bit as well, and really, really good. So I'm actually feeling quite positive. Now, there is a chance that I can go riding this week as well, so it's not going to be a full month in between sessions like it has been in the past. So I'm very happy. I'm good vibes all around. You know, the sun's starting to creep out a little bit more and more these days, as it has done for the rest of the year. Lovely UK weather, but it's bike season is coming around in full force, and I'm here for it. Just gets me very, very excited thinking about riding, because ever since I used to ride at a bare minimum every fortnight. Sometimes it was weekly, but at a bare minimum it was fortnight, and I'd done that for many, many years when I was younger, growing up. And then as you know, as your parents get older and they get different hobbies and they don't want to spend their entire weekend sat in a field, which is, you know, fair enough, and it kind of went at the same time as me tearing my ACL and my meniscus, and then waiting for the recovery on that, having a delay in the surgery to fix it. It just kind of went away. So which is why, I mean, you've seen over the channel, anytime I have gone riding in the last 3 years or so, you have seen the footage. Like, that is it. That's all there is to it. So if you only see a handful of videos, that's all I've been allowed to ride. But the last GoPro video, just felt good on the bike, considering that it's a rented bike. It's not something that I'm fully comfortable with. It is a track that I'm more comfortable with, because I rode it once before on that exact same layout. But I did notice someone left a comment on it saying, this isn't you riding. Like, you can't increase in skill that much from the last videos that we saw to this one. And I'll accept the compliment, but it does also make me think, well, if I actually did put all of the required effort in, and I could go riding on a semi-regular basis, and I had my own bike that I could ride every time and be comfortable on, I feel pretty capable. Like, I feel like I'd be okay. So I put a poll up on the Instagrams a couple of days ago, and it simply said grey, red or white, because the next bike that I will be purchasing will be a Varg, and grey won. Not even close either, by a very significant margin. I want to say there was about 1,500-ish people voted on that, so thank you everyone that did. Grey won with about 42%, white was on 30-something%, and then red was on 20-something%. I can't remember the exact numbers, but yeah, grey won handsomely. So I've messaged the relevant people. I'm not going to get one brand new. That just seems to be throwing some money away. But when a bike comes in with a handful of hours on it at a decent price, any time over the next couple of months, I'll be doing it. I'll be going for it. And then, yeah, that's all there is to it. That's when the grind really begins, and I get to put the work in and get comfortable on the bike, and the future stuff that I've been talking about might actually come to fruition. I'm really, really bad for... So, you know, if you guys have girlfriends, you'll probably experience the same thing. If they get you a gift, like around birthday or Christmas time, they want to tell you what it is, so they'll be like, oh, do you want to know what your gift is, blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of that way when it comes to the exciting things coming up in the future. Like, I want to talk about it, but I kind of have to bite my tongue right now, because again, it could all just fall through and never happen, which would just make it all pointless, I guess. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for the future, especially come the new year. It should be really, really exciting. And you guys will enjoy it, hopefully, since you do like all of the GoPro stuff. It is GoPro related. I mean, I say GoPro, I don't even use a GoPro. I use a DJI Action 4 camera, which I'm so happy with, by the way. I think all of the footage that comes out of that is really, really clear, like really good stuff. And thankfully, because of the... I mean, GoPros have a fisheye kind of lens as well, but because of the way the FOV set up on them cameras, it does make me look like I'm going faster than I actually am, which you can't be unhappy with. Right, I want to turn around. I don't want the 350 to be my limit here. I want to try and quad into this section. Please don't have collisions. Please don't have collisions. Thank you. I think I'm going to have to triple into here first, otherwise I'm not going to quite get the momentum that I need. So if I bring it over here, I'm going to spin her around. I'm going to set a little track marker here. I should still have enough speed to triple in, which I do. And then I'm going to triple again to the right. Let's try and keep it second gear rather than third, because the 350 has much better grip than the 4. Oh, a little bit short, so we'll try third gear this time. I'm going to triple in again. Let's just shift up to third here early. Land over on the right. Follow that. Let's try straight lining it a little bit more. That should help. Up and over. Oh, a little bit short again. Oh, God. Right, what's the answer here? What do I do? Because it's definitely doable. If I come super out wide, we'll cheese it. We'll go through the bows a little bit. No, that was bogging a little bit too much. I mean, I'll try and do that same thing, but keep it in second. If not, it just takes someone a little bit more skilled than I. And I'm very rusty at the moment. I've got 14 hours in the last 2 weeks, so not a big amount whatsoever. There we go. Quad in, then triple, probably step on. You could step over, but then you'd be singling into the turn, which I'm never a big fan of. So probably step on, step off there, and then you'd want to go outside, triple, triple. I just want to actually get the lines down. I realise that when I sit here recording videos and I'm talking the whole way throughout, it's my brain doesn't ever learn the track. I just ride, and whatever's in front of me, I do at the time. So you probably see me make the same sort of mistakes very repetitively, like lap in, lap out, or take exactly the same lines. And that's because my brain hasn't recognised where we are on the track. I'm just playing the game at that point, not learning the game. So I want to actually try and put a decent lap together. Quite like this little triple into this corner. It's very floaty. Then round to the left, you carry so much momentum for these whoops, which is nice. And the whoops are very straightforward too. Just crank it up into 5th gear and you'll be good. You can step onto this table. That was weird. See how my bike kind of veered off to the right when I landed. Back through a second set of whoops. This set of whoops, tiny bit harder, but that's only because you haven't got as much speed going into them. So we're going to go step over the finish line, survive, hit this inside rut. We can, if we time this right, you can jump up and over that wall if you land on the right-hand side clean. Now, God, now I've got to try and quad in again. Don't know if I'll be able to do it 2 laps in a row. Let's give it our best shot. Yeah, stretch it. Nice. Then we trip. Oh, I've gone too far. Gone too far. Please still get the step on. Yes, and then step off. Round to the outside. Let's go triple in. A bit more speed than last time. Nice. Triple again. Triple one more time. You might actually be able to quad all the way out of there if you get a good enough run at it. Double over here. I thought that was a Supercross triple. My apologies. I went a little bit long. Round to the right. It's very, very flowy. The grip feels really good, but I have a feeling it's just because... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay. Okay. I have a feeling it's just because I'm on the 350. So it kind of blends that 250 traction with the 450 power. So it's a nice little middle ground. I definitely think there's a world or 1 or 2 tracks where the 350 could be very, very viable. The only downside is you're at a disadvantage as soon as the gate drops, because I don't think you're going to be getting to the end of the start straight before any of the 450 boys will. And as you know, starts in this game at the moment do seem to be everything, just because of how quick everybody is. Now, before we go as well, I think a few people were wondering why I didn't do the GP pre-season race last night. And the reason being is I just find no interest in racing tracks that people have been grinding for an entire week. It doesn't give me... I don't think it's a true representation of how the GP season is going to go. It's just kind of pointless. So it may as well just... it is a fun race in day. Like, it's not for points or anything, but I don't know. I feel like there should have been another pre-season track to get an idea of. And by the sounds of things, I'm glad that I didn't do the race, because the track seemed to get hella boofed. So some more issues with these tyres by the looks of it. Either that or they just had the eroded way too high. So, I mean, for that reason, I guess it probably would have been good for me to do it, to get an idea of how the tracks evolve. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it at round number 1. I think round of one, are we... actually, we're not following the real-life series, are we? Because Argentina's track is new in real life. The Spanish GP the other day was an absolute swamp, like an absolute mudder. So I did type in aerial chat straight away, are we going to have a mudder for Spain then? And I don't think many people would be too keen on that, so I don't think that's going to happen. But I do like mud races in bikes. They don't happen enough. Or specifically made mud tracks as well. I think to this day, the, I guess, muddier / ruttier version of Erne that JV made that one year was still one of my favourite tracks of all time, like outdoor tracks in the game. So I wish we had some more of that, but I'm aware that they're probably incredibly difficult to make. They're probably not the most fun to ride for 99% of the community, so there's not really much of a market for it, essentially, just me, myself, and I. But I think we're going to wrap things up here. The track does actually flow quite nicely when you're not being an absolute goober like me and casing everything. So to King and both to Martin as well, it's really impressive stuff, and just keep up the good work all around. I wouldn't even mind seeing a couple more of these. There's really, really cool stuff. So thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to. I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.